What up, my Chrono triggers? How are we doing this evening?
I did it better.
Yeah, you did. I came in really high-pitched for some reason. Hello, my fellow white people. Jesus. I don't like that at all.
Nope. Too bad you can't start over on a stream, huh?
Yeah, that really kind of fucking blows, if
Well,
I'm being honest.
You know, my start was just going to be like, there's no way that we can top the intro last time, nor should we try to.
Oh, fuck.
So, here we are. This is Ed. I'm Fletcher. We are PocketCast. That's how I was going to go with it. So, it's not like mine was like that much better.
No, I think that was way better. I think if I had landed it.
Yeah.
I was thinking like the duality of man.
Yeah, no, I liked it. I did like the idea of like I started the last one like that and you started the one like that. I agreed. Just some things are just more offensive coming from you for some reason.
Yeah,
You look really Aryan.
Oh shit.
You know, blue eyes, blonde hair.
I don't have blonde hair though. I have chestnut hair.
That's what blonde people say when their hair loses its blondness.
It's not. I've never had, not even as a child. I have always been a chestnut-headed boy.
I think that if there's someone that listens to this podcast that doesn't ever watch the video, they picture you as a blonde guy.
What?
I would be curious because
What?
Have you ever done that? Have you ever like listened to a podcast for a while?
You develop like a mental image of
and then you do actually see what they look like, and you're just thrown back.
I don't like the finality of the defined features of their actual face because I'm like, well, mine was soft and had like curves and like blurs and generality and was always pleasant. Yours is defined as fuck and it's not that great. Sorry about my face.
So I am curious if either of us don't look how we sound.
I have a feeling everyone that has ever listened to this knows exactly what we look like. I can't imagine. I mean, like, people are watching this secretly all the time.
So, Did you?
Everyone else knows us in real life. So
I don't think. I think we have more I think we have more listeners that aren't friends than are friends that aren't.
100%.
I would. You know what I'm saying? Like.
Yeah.
That's just how things work. Usually your friends don't listen to the shit that you make. That's just that's just how it goes. Like there are a few out there and we appreciate you. But in general, I'd say that usually that's not the case. I'd also argue that our large listener base seems to be in Germany. So there's also that.
My brethren.
Yes, exactly. So maybe you can say that joke.
How do you say
fine.
brother in German?
I'm not of the Aryan descent like yourself.
Hey, Fletcher. Boop.
Yeah.
How do I say brother?
Are you gonna edit?
German?
Are you gonna edit that in? Is that?
No, that would be really great.
What was the boop?
Well, that was me activating you, like as if you were like a mobile,
a Russian or a German
AI.
sleeper agent.
Oh. I mean, actually, that would be a really good movie, and I'd watch that. No, I wouldn't. I wouldn't watch that. That sounds terrible. Or really cool. It could be really cool.
I want to jump into movies right away, but I want to save it for later.
Mm.
Because there's a lot that I do want to dig into, I think.
In terms of the movie that we watched?
In terms of the movie that we watched.
Okay, which, for those of you who don't remember...
Or don't follow...
It was The Outsiders.
The Outsiders.
And I said it like that.
When we first picked it or when like we first knew it was coming up, I got so stoked because my brain heard it and went, The Warriors.
I'm not gonna lie. It's at one point my brain did that to me as well, and I got really excited.
Yeah, well, obviously at the time we looked it up, and like it's like 10 years before this.
Oh yeah, dude. This is.
But okay, which brings up another point. But I'm gonna just save it.
All right.
Save it.
Save it.
I
too want to talk about that
if
movie.
you don't know, we are a podcast that tends to cover DS related games
Sometimes.
and. This month was crazy, and so we kind of did things a little different. Mm-hmm. Normally, we don't take a month. Normally, we take 2 weeks-ish. This time, we took a month because I got married.
Fuck yeah, dude.
And opened a business.
Oh, fuck yeah, dude.
It's been a busy month.
Dude, you've been busy as shit. I feel like I've been busy as shit, and then like every time I think of you, I'm like, I'm not busy at all.
Yeah, but like today, I should have been a lot busier. I could have been way busier, but I'm the worst kind of business owner. I'm a procrastinator, and I'm not the most self-motivated person. So I have those downfalls. Like today, I should have made some phone calls and things like that. And but there's it's so wild. There are always phone calls from before I opened up. I'd be laying in bed trying to fall asleep, and it was like stress, right? About like getting open in time and just like all the stuff that comes with opening a business, and that made sense for that to keep me up. And now it's a stress that I remember my old boss having and talking about, where you just lay in bed thinking about all the things that could be done.
Oh, fuck, dude.
However, and that sounds terrible, but there are times when you're laying there and you are making a list of all the things that need done. And you're not doing it in like a stressed out way. You're just like, okay, the work week for me starts tomorrow. Mm-hmm. Here are the things that I know that I need to prioritize to get done. And then in that list, you're going to find something that is a problem that you don't have a solution for. Yeah. And when you're going through that list, it's nice to be able to go like, okay, I need to do this. Okay, so that means I need to call this person. Right. So you problem, solution, move on to your next problem and solution in your list. And then you hit that problem one. Mm-hmm. And if you're in the just right amount of like kind of tired, you just like start pondering that idea.
Right.
And then eventually you have a breakthrough thought on like, oh, hey, I don't know if that will work, but we can try that. And that is something to do tomorrow with that problem.
Yeah.
And then boom, it might work, it might not, but then you're on the right track, and then it gets done, and it's so satisfying. It is the most stressful thing and the most rewarding thing. Well, second most. Kids are, however, I don't know. The stress that kids give you are less, I think, than what the business gives you.
At least for now.
But the rewardingness is quite, yeah.
Wait until
well,
they have
and at the
card.
Very beginning, they're also very stressful. For me, very stressful.
Because it's 100%.
It's a
little
tiny
kid,
little baby thing that can just,
Yeah, they're still in the might kill myself phase, so you gotta watch out for that.
Might just randomly die because that's the thing they do.
Yeah, they're just like, hey, what?
Speaking of
I don't like breathing anymore.
Sidelining.
Yeah.
Conversation I've been having all weekend.
Okay. Was it about the wedding?
No.
Weird.
Which I guess we could. I mean, there's that we will get into. Right? Spontaneous combustion.
How the fuck does that? Like because you store alcohol?
No.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
In people, I'm talking about spontaneous combustion because people used to spontaneously combust.
Is there any context that you can share?
What do you mean, any context?
Like, are we talking about a historical thing?
Historically speaking, no, like in like modern-ish day. Like I bet your last case is probably in like the 20s. Last recorded case is probably in the 20s.
Like the 1920s?
Yeah.
Okay.
There's been a lot of, I guess Morgan was trying to debate me on this, and there being a reason behind it, but different from my reasoning. And the reasoning that she found online was due to like the material in our clothes.
Okay.
And just like oils and shit, and people just catching fire randomly, which didn't, it makes as little sense as mine makes, I guess. But it is a thing. And you can look into this because people did used to spontaneously combust.
What the fuck? Are we sure this isn't like some sort of act of martyrdom in the form of like self-immolation?
Yeah.
Because like that sounds highly probable.
Because I remember there being pictures of just like, I don't know.
That happened recently, dude. Some monk set himself on fucking fire.
Yeah, but that's not spontaneous, is it?
Actually happens very frequently.
That's not spontaneous.
It was for everyone else,
but not for him. I mean, there's a reason behind the fire. But the spontaneous combustion is just where someone just goes poof and just blows up.
See, that's damn.
Do you have a keyboard? Do you want to? I see you wanting to disprove me so bad.
Like we usually record an hour, and we're about to nuke 2.5, almost off the rip.
Just on spontaneous combustion. The reason this was on my mind is because we got married in Denver this weekend,
right?
And I guess this isn't why it was on my mind. It was already on my mind for a random reason. I don't know why. And then driving into Denver, I said, look at this. Look at this traffic. You know, how we are going so fast and everyone is so perfectly intertwining and weaving in and out of each other, and there's no crashes. And it's also so beautifully orchestrated. But, like, cavemen couldn't do that. Right. I just don't think. I think if you put a caveman into that situation, their brain would not be able to comprehend the speed at which they're moving, all of the moving parts involved.
Yeah.
In that.
Hold on. Sorry, I zeroed out for like
two
to 3 seconds when I was like trying to open a tab.
When you were looking.
Yeah, I was just like processing. Are we talking about cavemen in cars?
Yes.
Hell yeah.
Yes.
I'm with it, dude.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, like cavemen wouldn't be able to do that, right? They wouldn't be able to drive in like Denver traffic.
Oh.
Like
Bro,
they would
just shit in Denver traffic.
They would just spontaneously combust.
They would.
Do you get where my I don't know what that was.
Holy fuck, I think I have an Alexa in here.
I did see one earlier. Where was it? Oh, up over there.
Holy fuck, I forgot about that.
Okay, so she's just listening in. Just tuning in to the podcast.
Jesus. Always listening, Bezos.
So that's where my theory of spontaneous combustion kind of comes from, is that it was humans that could not quite cope with their brains just had, like, if you have an old computer and you're putting new software on it, and you just can't, and your computer just can't quite handle it, and it just what do you read in here?
Literally nothing. I'm mostly focusing on what you're saying.
Okay, but you just look so intrigued, and so I'm curious.
Yeah, no, I'm catching like big words, the ones that are
the ones you don't
slightly
understand.
blacker than the other ones. Just kind of couldn't regurgitate any of this for you.
But look at some of these pictures.
Yeah, what the fuck?
They're crazy,
dude. Are they allowed to show this? This is Wikipedia. I mean, it's just some skeletons or a skeleton. Zoom in on that.
And a leg.
Whoa,
that's not a skeleton.
Jesus,
you see
dude.
what I'm saying?
Is that a walker?
Looks like a walker, huh?
Damn.
Yeah.
She's like trying to take a shit and she just damn.
It's a wild thing that used to happen, and it's fucking crazy to me.
Dude. For legal purposes, I do not recommend anybody look that up, but you should look that up.
You should totally look that up.
Look that up.
So go back up. I want to see the most recent because I just saw this. So stop in December 2010. Wow.
Michael Faraday, 76-year-old man in County Galloway, Ireland, was recorded as spontaneous combustion by the coroner.
This fire was thoroughly investigated, and I'm left with the conclusion that this fits into the category of spontaneous human combustion for which there is no adequate explanation. So that doesn't sound like necessarily, but
dude,
I mean,
that image though, like that is such a like seemingly concise burn. Like that's why, and that looks like through concrete. That's weird. I don't understand.
It's like an explosion went off. Like someone combusted.
That looks like a grenade. Yeah, there is no gore. There's just like
there's just part of a foot and an ankle.
That looks almost staged.
Yeah, that one kind of does.
All right, well, I don't want to look at that anymore.
Yeah, so that's been on my mind a lot lately.
That's fun, and thank you for sharing.
Yes.
Right now, of all times.
Yeah,
that's
I just think it's
fantastic.
people just short wiring. Just like...
okay, that's...
This wasn't
weird.
meant, I'm not meant for this.
Yeah, no, that's...
Or is it someone being in the wrong universe? Like they're in the wrong, like they slipped into the wrong universe in the multiverse.
Just like fell through time, and then the universe was like,
wait a second. There could be another explanation.
Correction. That seems like something a time traveler would suggest, Fletcher.
Well, I probably wouldn't want to combust now, would I?
No, I can't imagine anyone would. It's
so
just
then
weird that
if
you're
I were a
interested in
time
it so
traveler,
much
then I
all of a
wouldn't
sudden.
do anything that would possibly, warrant any concern about time travel. Yeah.
Yeah, no, again.
I'd be quite concerned about
time
that.
Traveler. Classic. Interesting. So interesting.
Yeah, so the wedding was beautiful.
Dude, it was fantastic.
It was amazing.
It really was. And I was fucking hammered.
If you're going to get married, my word of advice is to use a place that is a higher priced and all inclusive, because they will they know what the fuck they're doing. Like,
Yeah,
they're going
dude.
to take care of that day. And then
Dude, that shit was on fucking point.
not a lot of worry was in my hands. I was being directed quite well. And then when the directing was done, it was...
Dude, what was the wedding planner's name? The gal?
I want to say Sarah, but that could be wrong.
Honestly, I feel so bad. I remember like
I
4
remember
times being like, I
the
need to remember her
DJ
name.
throwing the name Sarah around, and I can't remember if that was the right name or the wrong name because there were 2 different planners, I think. And so I used to know her name, and then my DJ threw an extra name in there, and then it just fucked me up. If I have one complaint about my wedding, it's my DJ.
The worst part is I think no one else had any problems with it, but I understand why you did.
Yes.
I do.
Yeah.
And I feel you are justified.
Yeah.
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 Because I got, okay, at the beginning, dude, like, you know, shit just pops off. They serve dinner.
Yep.
And then, like, there's a couple of spots where there's just nothing cute, or, you know.
Or, like, the music gets really loud,
yeah.
and he's just over there eating, and you're like, bro.
I know.
Like, on and some of the jazzier songs were really quiet, and some of the more like rock but mellow songs were really loud. I was like, you have one job.
Yeah.
To just put them all like just the levels. Eat it behind the booth. I don't give a shit.
Yeah. Who gives a shit?
But I care more about the volume getting crazy loud at some points. Like it was wildly
I did at one point.
loud.
I did like a long blink, trying to like calm my heart rate. Because I was like, dude,
whoa.
This is so. This Prime is so fire. It was so good. And then I'd be like, eat slower, because when you're done eating, you have to stand up and talk in front of everybody. And I was like, well, this is a conflict.
You had a great speech.
Thank you.
Yeah,
I appreciate it.
It was beautiful.
It was from the heart.
It was. Was that off the cuff?
No, it wasn't.
Okay.
I mean, like,
'Cause-
it was, but like, I put a lot of thought into it.
Okay, because we had talked about that, and I was like, I think that's kind of worked on because you had said something about like you had done some writing or like you had done some work on the speech, and so to me, I was like, but Morgan was pretty certain that was all off the cuff.
It's a mixture of
Cusp
both.
or cuff?
I was on the cusp,
But right off the
but
cuff.
off the cuff.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, like I like went over parts of it and like certain like transitions between things.
Mm-hmm.
Ultimately, I wasn't 100% sure of where I wanted it to go. And so like I guess you could say the ultimate choreography was complete. Like the entire thing was like off the cuff.
Yeah.
But like the individual components were individually like thought
out.
And like I just
You know
had
what
them kind of
point you
queued
wanna
up.
hit.
Dude, I had like 5 or 6 different anecdotes that I was thinking of running with, and like I
And
wasn't
then
sure
you
where I
got
wanted
too
to
choked
go.
up.
Dude, that was fucking gay, man.
That's how I felt too, because I cried so hard. And Morgan said she didn't notice, and a lot of people didn't notice, but I was bawling like a fucking baby. There is a pressure of, am I going to cry when she comes down the aisle? Because everyone wants that.
Dude,
right?
Gay as fuck, dude. I lost my shit in the rehearsal, dude. Like, she turned
Oh,
and I was
really?
like, fuck me in the face, dude. I was like, hold it together, you bitch.
I think I did fine through the rehearsal. Much more so during the wedding when Ren came down, and when I saw Ren just being Ren, walking in his suit, just walking down, that's when the waterworks started, and I don't think they stopped until like near the end. I got like, because I started, I think I started, and I could barely. I was choking. It was a short. I'm glad it was so short.
Yeah.
Because
honestly, I thought it was like,
it was a good length.
I thought it was
you know
good
why?
length, yeah.
Because I kept getting choked up. That's what helped extend it a lot.
Oh shit.
Yeah, we were just a mess, and I remember having that exact same thought. Fucking, this is gay.
Dude, I was so
or just
mad,
I
dude.
feel like such a pussy. Like it's such a dumb like man thing that you have in you. And someone said that to me too. Like I don't remember if it was Casey or who it was. I was like, fucking look at this guy. He loves his wife.
I remember that. Oh shit.
So and then you're doing your speech. Well, Sam does hers, and it was good. It was it was so funny because I could see on her phone that she had so much stuff to work with.
Oh yeah, I saw that too. Because I at one point looked over and I was just like,
damn, this is gonna be a long speech.
I was like, she is prepared.
Yeah,
well,
and she did a great job.
I honestly was impressed.
I was super impressed.
That was one of the most cohesive things I've ever heard her like at length.
Oh,
and it was
beautiful.
So heartfelt.
Yeah, it was so heartfelt. It was yeah,
beautiful.
Yeah, it was. And then you do yours, and that's got me all teary eyed. Yeah. And then my dad,
bro, fuck you, Paul,
dude,
dude.
You
should have heard his wind up to the DJ. Did I clue you in on this?
I'd heard someone say this was gonna be a good speech.
Oh fuck yeah, you know your dad.
Yeah.
Because the DJ, he was under the impression, like, he had a list and it had excuse me, Sam, me, and Jess, but then he was like, yeah, and then Paul and Marie, and so like he called all of us up, right? And Marie's up there, and he's like, yep, Marie, then you're gonna go, and she's like, oh no, I don't have anything prepared. Was not informed of this. And she's like got V with her and shit, you know?
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, okay, well, all right, well, but she's like, Paul will probably say something.
Yeah, and that's what had been planned. Like, cause like, yeah.
And Paul.
My parents didn't give me a solid answer on if they were going to give me a speech, if they were going to give a speech or not. So I just said they're both going to. So anywho.
That's fair.
Then Paul.
Oh, dude. He comes in big and loud. He is so just amped, right?
Yeah.
As your dad generally does.
Yes.
And
a few drinks already. Yeah.
I imagine. Yeah. And he is talking big. Oh, hell yeah, I'm going to give a speech, you know, all this and that. Yeah. And then he fucking does that, dude.
So he goes up.
When he turned around and looked at his face.
What's he even say? He barely gets anything out. He's fighting back some tears.
Oh, man.
And he turns back to look at us. And his face is just like.
Dude, he's just bawling.
It's just the most like dread almost looking kind of face. You know, he's just trying so hard to fight it back. And it just is tearing he's trying to force a smile. And it's just the craziest look I've ever seen on his face. And he is just dying, just choked up. The most I've ever seen someone choked up. Honestly. And I think that's it. I think that's all the speech was, right? Like, he's just like, he like tries to get a word or two out, doesn't succeed. It's fucking turns the mic off and hands it off and sits down. And it was just like, the entire table is a wreck. Like, it just killed.
Instantly.
Just like, oh my God, just like crying, kind of laughing, you know, and just like, just bawling though too. Yeah. It was such a just teary event from the ceremony
to be such a bummer,
to no one was a bummer. It was a good time. And it was beautiful, you know, and that's the whole thing. That's why people use that word to describe the wedding. Beautiful, because it was such a show of emotion.
Yeah.
Of people that love each other.
Honestly, that was my year of therapy right there.
It was heavy. It was a heavy vows, but beautiful. Heavy speeches, but beautiful.
Yeah, honestly. Yeah. Like, it was back and forth.
Yeah.
It wasn't I mean, it was pretty aggressively teary-eyed.
Yes, it was, yeah.
In a good way.
We set the tone early on, and then it just like
did.
rode.
Dude, when you bent down before your vows. Do you remember that?
Did I drop something, or was that in the rehearsal?
Oh fuck, that might have been the rehearsal. I just remember like you like sniffled, and I was just like,
no, that might have. I think that might have been in the ceremony. I think that was part of the ceremony. Yeah.
I was like, I was doing so good, dude.
Oh,
and
man.
Then I saw you do that. I was like, fuck. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a great way.
Yeah, it was good. It was good.
I got fucking plastered.
I did not. I had barely anything to drink. It's you're riding such a wild high that you just like. I hate to add anything to. Some people get trashed on their wedding night.
Sure. Absolutely.
Hey, you know, I have the pancreatic issues. Like, it's like we had a few drinks throughout the weekend, right? Mm-hmm. And so that's all it takes for my stomach to go, oh. You know, I don't want
to do that again.
Yeah, I don't want to do that. That's fair. So I always have that consciousness already of like, don't overdo it. And then it's your wedding day, and it was just a wild fucking day. I think I had a few drinks of champagne and half a cocktail, and I was like, whew, I just want to eat some desserts.
Dude, the desserts were fire. The food was
Got
fire.
back to my room. We had a bottle of champagne in a bucket of ice. And strawberries covered in chocolate.
What?
Yeah, it was awesome.
That's
it was
fire.
a great nightcap.
Yeah, for real. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Dude,
yeah, it was a great time.
That was a good spot.
And then the funniest thing too is like there's one part of my brain that's like, oh, back to reality. You know, that's what our thought is anytime after a vacation kind of thing. And it's like, oh, back to reality. My reality right now is pretty fucking dreamy. I can't lie. My reality is going to back to my business that I own.
Fucking fire, dude.
That's a bookstore bar that's playing music that I love, that's hanging out at a spot that I dig with a lot of cool people that come in. Dude. You know,
and it's a good fucking spot, actually.
It is. It's good. The word vibe gets used a lot.
Mm-hmm. It is.
And
it has a solid fucking vibe.
The cool thing I like about there, two things I really like about it. One being, I've seen people come in from a not so fun night and come into my bar, whether it be almost on accident or like they needed to get away from the other bar and then they walk down the street and my bar's right there.
Right.
So they stop in and then they leave in a much better mood than what they came in on.
That's fucking dope.
And that's a cool feeling to see.
Hell
like
yeah.
You can tell that the energy of their night has changed. You know, the vibe, if you will, has changed. And that's a cool thing. The second thing is 2 weekends in a row now, people have sat around the bar near the end of the night, jamming on guitar, and everyone's singing around. And it's funny because someone said like, "Oh, it's like the thing I hate about a house party is someone playing guitar and singing." But it's not, because it's one person playing guitar, usually trying to figure out a song, and then people trying to figure out to add in the lyrics and see what they can remember, and it's a whole group activity, and it's a great time. And
that's fucking cool.
Yeah, it is. So like I said, it's just so fucking. Life right now is, like you said, crazy busy.
Yeah.
But just like fucking awesome. Just fun. Just it's cool. It's all cool.
It's all cool, baby.
It is all cool. That being said, the first few days of business were slow. And my big concern initially was that I wouldn't have enough manpower for how busy I was going to be.
Right.
So the I haven't had that problem. Now my last New Year's Eve got crazy busy. Yeah, that was a wild night. Yeah. Besides that, though, I haven't had the busiest of days and nights.
Sure.
I've had plenty of time to have played the game.
Yeah.
But there's the stress.
The stress,
dude. The stress when you are just starting a business and there's no one coming through the door. I had a book, I had a DS, I had my phone, I had plenty of distractions, things I could have done. I would just stand there, just like overwhelmed by stress.
Sure.
Like I can't do pleasure right now.
Yeah, I am in go mode.
And there's nothing to do though, so you're just like standing there, just like.
Dude, you should start drop shipping.
What is that?
Dude, just start selling shit on Amazon. You've got extra storage space that you can stack shit and box shit.
I do not have extra storage space at all. I have no extra storage space.
Stack it on top of the liquor, baby.
Great idea. Yeah, so needless to say, I didn't play the game this month.
I didn't play the game this week either. It was a very busy week.
You played it, though, this month.
I played a lot of this game.
Which I'm excited about. At first, I was bummed that I didn't play it and that I, let the podcast down again. But then there's another part of me that's really excited because I've played this game before. I think this may be my second or third time playing it. And I was most excited for you to experience this game.
Yeah.
The first time. And I'm excited again because as I recall, in our last recording, we were both in the future domes.
Yes.
And you hadn't done and I can spoil it for you now because you obviously have, the bike part, the motorcycle part.
I have now done the bike part.
Wasn't that like just like graphically speaking, fucking crazy? The way the camera, transitions. This
fantastic.
is a Super Nintendo game.
Yeah, they did so good with that. Like that was so dope.
Did you enjoy it?
So here's the thing. The first couple of times, yeah. In fact, the first 2 times specifically, because I had to use that apparently as the means to get from one, and it was like storytelling fashion, and he's like, come back again anytime. I'm like, oh cool, I could race that guy anytime. And then I'm like, I didn't get anything out of it, but okay. And then you do your thing, and you're like, oh, I gotta go back the way I came. All right, that makes sense. Do it again. And then it just kind of keeps coming up that you sometimes need to do that, and that's really fucking stupid.
It is.
And it's just time consuming.
It's way easier on the DS than it is on the Super Nintendo. I feel like. I could be wrong, and I would be curious to find out if I'm wrong. But in my memory,
yeah,
I don't remember it being as easy. I remember it being fucking hard on the Super Nintendo, and I didn't find it to be too hard. You've got those boost things that you just save until the end.
Can I tell you how I did it?
You get in front of them?
No, I literally just sit down at the bottom of the screen, and I just bounce off the back of him the entire race, and then literally like in the last second, I just go up and then boost, and I just boost ahead of him across the line. That's it. And I was like, this is really
silly.
easy, actually.
Yeah, and I remember the but maybe it's just because it was my first time playing it, but
I definitely raced in the first time.
Oh yeah,
like used all my boost, and I was like, oh,
trying to keep up, but yeah, no, it really doesn't
once
matter
I figured
until
out
the very end.
of it, I was like, oh, all right.
Yeah,
but I was like, dude, this would have blown my mind if I'd played this as a kid.
Because it's a fucking RPG.
Dude, this is fully fleshed. It is so it's so imaginative, but it also just delivers in its storytelling. And just its use of environment, and there's so much imminent, and the simple fact of the core time traveling mechanic is fucking wild, and it is also a logistical fucking nightmare.
It is, because there
is so much to memorize.
It's an error that I ran into. You were likely kind of, I think, in a spot where it was pretty straightforward of here's where you need to go.
Up to a certain. Well, actually, the reason I left off is because... Well, actually, no. The reason I left off is because I was stuck on a boss.
Oh.
Which, by the way, I power leveled. Well, not power leveled. I just,
grinded a couple times.
Grinding.
Yeah.
Stupidly overpowered by the end of it. I just was...
Just
bosses, I was just like, all right, dude, I have, 500 healing potions. Come at me, dude. It was stupid. But, yeah. Pretty overpowered, but I fucking love this game.
I stopped playing the game where I was picking up from. I was at the end of time.
Okay.
So you're like, what?
Dude,
what was I doing? What was I doing? Where am I supposed to go? Because I have
the
all
old
these
man
time
says
slots.
One key point of dialogue, and he tells you where to go. And that's your clue.
Oh.
But then he will never repeat. I could never get him to repeat that line of dialogue. So, I just remembered cataloging the fact I need to go there, and then I couldn't remember because it was
And I was trying to get that out of him. Yeah, and you can't.
Yeah.
So I've been having to I was having to watch walkthroughs and kind of figure out what was the last thing that I remember doing. Dude, and then retracing those steps, and I'm being like, oh nope, I did already do this.
Yeah.
So now I have to get my way back to the end of time to go to a different time area to figure out.
Mm-hmm.
So that was a frustration that I found with the game. If you could just give me a little bit of info.
Yeah.
I'm not asking you to spill the beans. Just let me know. Yeah.
Repeat
a journal or or a repeated line that's, Dragon Quest is also, which, makes sense. They kind of, but I always felt Dragon Quest kind of had that problem. They do, though, keep the one character that repeats the one line that tells you where to go. It is just sometimes a drag to find that guy to get that line.
Yeah, dude. And that was so annoying. The wiki, the
game facts.
Thank you. Game
walkthrough.
Facts. Yeah. I finally stopped being stupid. I'm just like, yeah, game facts.
Game facts.
I want to know what I'm doing. Game facts.
Absolutely.
And yeah, that shit helps.
I would have been so much more into RPG games if I would have utilized game facts more as a kid.
Oh, for sure, dude.
So much more.
Hell yeah, hit it with a little adjust. Yeah, man, this game, the visuals are incredible, especially when you think of like the time.
Mm-hmm.
And like, it's not like you have to think of the time in order to think that it looks good. It looks good.
It looks good. It looks amazing.
By all standards.
I don't ever want to see a 2.5 remake of this game. Do you get what I'm saying? That new version that they do. I don't
think it's necessary.
I don't think it's necessary. I think it's such a beautiful game. I don't know how you would remaster it even. Just release it on everything as it is. And that seems like what they've done with it.
Yeah.
And it would be so hard to up the beauty of it. Like you said,
the only thing that I like,
so
I
well.
would want, I like scale it for larger format when necessary.
Yep.
But like, preserve it. You know, you don't need to change it. You don't need to tweak it. Just scale it.
Yeah.
And that way, it's not like super gay pixels. No offense to gay pixels.
Yep. No offense taken.
Good. I'm glad.
It's funny you say that because I was watching the movie Pixels last night.
What is
Adam Sandler movie about the aliens that are invading that are taking the form of video games characters?
Oh, is that the
Galago? It's pretty bad. Yeah, I think it's supposed to be a pretty bad movie.
And then
Kevin James is the president of the United States of America, which is just a funny concept.
I love that. I love that so much.
I love and hate Kevin James.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Maybe same, honestly.
I'm curious, what characters did you unlock since you played the shit out of it?
So, I had spiky hair.
Well, spiky hair is your main character.
Right.
Chrono, if you will.
Chrono, yeah. I had Science Bitch.
Luca,
yep. I had her. I had Robo. That's his actual name. He's a robot, and he's fucking awesome.
I love him.
Robo is easily my
and
favorite
he's
character.
so nice and strong when you get him compared to the rest of you. Like, you need him so bad beefy. When he shows up. Yeah,
he is beefy, and he and just like, oh, he's just darkness. Fucking rad, dude. What a fucking and all the robot animations were so fucking sick, except for when they were stomping his shit into oblivion, dude.
Oh, it's so
I was legitimately
sad.
Fucking sad as fuck. And super fucking mad that Chrono is just fucking standing there, like, holding his sword, like, I'm gonna fucking do something, and then he's just like, no, I'm not gonna do something.
Yeah.
I was like, get in there and save my fucking boy. I was really mad about that.
I'm with you. Yeah, they did a great job of making you emotional in that whole area. I thought we talked about in the last one too, but the way that they make you feel in the world for a game like this to be immersive, I feel like is really impressive, and that just goes to speak for the storytelling and also honestly, the way that they use the environment.
There was generally not a huge penalty when you're like traveling between timelines, right? Because spoiler, pause now for spoiler alert.
Skip ahead.
Spoiler coming in hot inbound. The general plot being that like the big bad destroys the world, by planting a seed, thousands of years ago, and then in the future it manifests demons, destruction, everything dies. And then goblins and demons are ruling the world, and so you can just kind of flip between these timelines to work. It's such an what? Yeah. Especially for the time, like, this is the first big, and it's so cohesive, and it's so, like, immersive. Like, the prejudice that you get from various people at different times based on what's going on is so, like, what? These guys are being dicks to me.
Yeah,
dude.
and it really fucking irks me.
Yeah. I'm like, I don't like this, man. Like, I am fucking, like, because, like, I think, based on where I got on the story, I think you're trailing the hero. Like, you guys aren't the heroes.
Right.
You're trailing some other dude who supposedly has been. And I don't know yet if he's an imposter or, like, if we're just actually, like, the shadow heroes. Like, nobody knows what we're doing. And this guy is not doing it.
I think I know who it is. I just really don't want to spoil it for you.
I don't spoil it for me because I am.
There might be a part 3 to this.
Yeah, dude. Honest to God, like if I finish playing this game, because I've got the sword, and I was doing something else. I don't remember what I was doing after that.
I think you're coming up on a big fight. If I'm thinking right, you're coming up on a pretty big fight.
So, dude. I'm so fucking stacked right now, dude. I am just deleting shit. It is awesome. I am ripping through like healing items, but like genuinely, like I don't know. I somehow acquired a bunch of really dope gear, and then I forget which timeline, but I went to a certain timeline, and they're like, "This is the most precious shit we've ever seen in our whole fucking goddamn lives. We will give you an ungodly amount of money for these items." And I was like, "Well, these are
I wonder
huge
if you're
upgrades
supposed
for my
to
characters."
hold on to those.
I don't know, man. I was just like, have 15 of them, and then I was just stupid wealthy.
Do you have enough to go back and buy more, or did you like?
Or did
you like unlock this?
I don't think I could like recreate
Purchase
it somehow.
Yeah.
Like maybe I also haven't tried it. I don't remember. I don't remember. I haven't really had a lot of time to go back and do stuff.
Yeah.
And also, here's the crazy thing, because like you unlock like 15 portals.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's
a lot to.
Whew, that's a lot to remember where everything is and timelines and what's going on and what you're looking for and.
Did you get the cheetah lady? She's not a cheetah. She's like the prehistoric lady.
Prehistoric lady. She a little cat girl.
I don't think she's a cat girl. She's a human. She's a human, but I think she might have a cat companion, like a lion, like a prehistoric tiger kind of thing.
Dope. No.
But I can't remember if she becomes part of your crew or she's just someone you kind of help out for a little while.
Oh fuck. I don't think so. I feel like I would remember that.
I felt like that wasn't. But like you said, you can jump to whatever timeline and kind of get the story going to a certain point, and then you're like, you'll hit a roadblock, and that means you gotta like go back and figure out what timeline you're actually supposed to be in, which is where some frustration can really come from. And
when I say that I did a lot of grinding, what I mean is I couldn't figure out what I needed to do.
Yeah.
And so I was just revisiting every little nook and cranny of every timeline I could I was eventually just like, okay, process of elimination, one level at a time, just go through everything.
Yep. You had more patience than I did then.
I was motivated. And honestly, just like, I was like toying around with the mechanics and like learning combos. Because realistically, I'm like, now that I can do this, I can just run back to the portal. Like, I'm like, I've got free saves. Like, at any point in time, it's like, or, like, it just, once you get a little money under your belt, it doesn't cost a lot, and you can just buy all of the items you need, realistically. I felt, anyway. Even before, I made some stupid fucking coin.
Right.
Dude, it was like 150K. Yeah.
I wonder what you did. I bet you weren't supposed to do whatever you did.
I don't know.
I bet you get to this next big boss fight and you were just like,
I might have screwed myself.
Yeah, you just like soft
But dude, they were
yourself.
just like, holy shit. And I was like, granted, everything else that they had was like, everything was massively overpriced. And so like I could buy these items, but like I am paying an even greater cost, right? But like I had just stocked up all my shit, and so like I sold them like a bunch of armor, and dude, I sold like all of my healing items at the time, and just at a fat fucking markup. I just cleaned out my entire inventory and I was rich as fuck. And then I went back and I just
bought what you could,
cheap shit again, which granted was very expensive. But
now it's not.
Sitting on a fat fucking stack, dude. I'm just running deep with like 500 great healing potions. Come at me, dude. I'm healing for 200 a pop. Let's go. Which I think in the grand scheme, realistically, like the leveling system is so dope. Honestly, I think it's super well done because you can still trounce shit, but then like there's still challenging shit everywhere.
Every step ahead of you. Yep.
And there's like mechanics that you can't quite always ignore, and they'll just dump like all over you in your shit, dude. That robot. Remember that I got stuck on before the last time.
Yes, the laser, right? He's got the arms and the laser.
If you don't attack like the little support droids,
yes,
he'll just obliterate you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Repeatedly.
Yep.
And then if you just kill
And
those and then get a round or two of hitting him in between, just fucking walk through it.
Yes, it is quite easy.
Oh, I was so mad because then I'm like, wow, what's the rest of the game now? I have this open, and I just fucking started hammering into it, dude. I fucking loved it. Still do.
I'm so glad to hear it.
I did again. Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so good.
It's beauty.
I do want to still finish this one. Follow-up episode if I do, maybe.
Yeah.
Patreon episode.
I had put on that Chrono Trigger soundtrack to go to sleep the other day during a nap time.
Dude, that's awesome.
It was beautiful. It was so good.
Dude, it is so fucking fire.
Everything about it is just a symphony of, and like we've talked about before, it is the best of the best of the best, all three coming together
Absolutely.
to create this wonderful game. Like, it was Final Fantasy, Dragon Quest, and then the composer of both coming in for this shit. Like,
yeah, it's just a triple whammy.
So
and it fucks your face.
I think
beautiful.
This year we've been really good to ourselves.
Okay, that's making me nervous.
I have no ideas yet. What I wanted to talk about was our list that we made. This is our New Year's-ish episode, right? 2025. It's another almost year of PocketCast. And I've got a list here of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 games. How many games do you have on your list? He has like 9 over here. I can kind of see it.
Okay.
You have 10.
Yeah.
All right. So what's gonna be fun here is I'm gonna make us break it down to 5.
Oh, you cocksucker!
So, give me your number 5 out of your list.
Jesus Christ. Okay, hold the fuck up, dude. Ooh. Fuck. Jesus. Okay, that's tough. All right. Oh,
mine's a lot eeasier than yours.
Yeah, this is super tough, actually. We have to start at number 5?
Yeah, top 5. And then we'll talk about the rest of the list after we do the top 5. So don't feel like anyone's going to get too left out.
Yeah, all right.
How many episodes do we do a year, Ed?
Professor Layton.
How many episodes do we do a year?
40.
Okay.
Wait, no, that was 2 years, right?
Well, no, because it'd be 2 episodes a month. So, like, 24.
Yeah.
So you picked half of our games almost.
Okay, fuck off. Right. we did play a lot
5.
of games.
5 is the list. What was your number 5?
Professor Layton.
Professor Layton at 5.
Yeah.
Wow. I would have put that way higher up for you.
Really?
Professor Layton was in 2024.
Yes. Wait.
Pull up the list.
No, Professor Layton's older than that, isn't he?
Yeah.
Isn't he?
Isn't he?
Yeah.
How far back did you go?
All the way. Dude, he was early.
Yeah, how did Professor Layton make it onto this?
Dude, I went through the whole list.
Were you thinking of Phoenix Wright?
No, I was thinking of Layton.
Okay, so I just have to see when it was that we played it, because I don't believe you that it was 2024.
Oh no, it might have been 23. Brother.
Where is it?
No, I'm sorry.
Professor Layton, there it is.
Yeah. Oh shit. Yeah.
2023. Okay,
yeah.
so your list might be a little messed up, right? Because I'm starting to think you didn't stick to just 2024.
Oh, I didn't know it had to be the games.
Oh yes, games of 2024.
Oh, fuck my face.
Okay.
Whoa, shit. Okay, I can guess on the rest of this then. Okay.
Kind of.
Yeah. Okay, let's go with Mega Man ZX.
Mega Man ZX.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. That is also on my list of all of them. I mean, not all of them,
them.
but like my bigger list.
That's fair.
My number 5, I think, is Aragorn's Quest.
Interesting.
Yes.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
You didn't like that game that much?
No, I honestly thought on it, but I was considering our total run not just
Okay,
last year.
got you.
I
Yeah,
did not catch
it
that
didn't catch it
aspect,
down there.
so,
Yeah.
But it did cross my mind.
Because that's a game that's at least definitely one that like I didn't think was going to be nearly as good as it was, and maybe it wasn't that great.
It wasn't the most sophisticated, and it was a little clunky,
but it was a fun game.
It was a solid game, and it was fun.
Yeah, I enjoyed
some cool
that
mechanics for
it did
what you would expect it to have in a game on that system.
It was like Assassin's Creed in Lord of the Rings. I remember because it was all about parrying and stuff too.
Yeah. It was honestly fun.
It was fun.
Yeah.
Number 4 on your list.
Again, a lot of these. Was Pokemon Soul Silver? That had to have been 2023. Too,
I think that's 2023. I could be wrong, but I think that is.
I think absolutely. It's Dominion 2, honestly. It's on the list of top 5 for sure.
Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah, that was. I'm surprised it's not on mine, actually.
Interesting.
Yeah. Number 4 for me. I have to go. At 4, I think I'm going to put Dragon Quest 4.
That's fair. Honestly,
I love Dragon Quest games. That's going to be on my list. Absolutely.
Yeah. That honestly, yeah.
It was fun. Yeah, that's another one I'd love to. I can't wait to revisit, and we'll actually play when we revisit it.
Hey, no sweat, dog. No sweat.
All right, top 3. Number 3 now.
Oh, fuck, dude. Well, now I'm going back through and looking at some shit just to make sure. Oh man, this is hard, dude. Because honestly, we played a lot of Big Flames.
We did. That was.
I'm gonna give the Dark Spire a shout. Honestly,
that was such a fun game. I had thought about putting that on my list too. That was the amount of imagination that I felt playing that game. I haven't felt in a long time in a video game. Like, it reminded me of early years of Pokemon and the imagination factor, which you wouldn't understand. I get that.
Yeah.
Number 3 for me.
Let's have it.
I think I go Chrono Trigger. Because we played that at the beginning of the year. That was our second episode of the year.
Yeah.
And then it's our first episode of this year. Chrono Trigger. We just talked about it. It's
a fire-ass game.
Yeah.
It is so beautiful.
And yeah.
God, I'm just really trying to sort my
I think Chrono Trigger for me goes up there too. Like, is it 3? Because the other 2 I'm thinking about putting in are games that I hadn't played before. That I was just like really, really impressed by. You trying to start a fight?
No, I'm not trying to start a fight. I'm just like.
What is this, number 2?
I'm trying to decide what's 1 or 2. Like.
Okay. I think we're probably gonna be the same on 1. Is what I was actually thinking, but no, I don't know.
Yeah, that's what I'm kind of struggling with.
You see, and viewers, you have to understand, listeners, you have to understand, I'm looking at Ed scroll through.
I am just
episodes,
panic scrolling.
And so I'm judging, I'm assuming his eyes are where his cursor is, but I don't know. I am not. I am very curious to what you're going to pick now. Because I thought this would be easy. It's easy for me. Do you want me to do my number 2 first?
I am going to go with Phoenix Wright.
Phoenix Wright. That is also my number 2.
Interesting.
Yes. What a great game.
Dude, I wanted to play those games. Like, that's one of the games that I really, really wanted to play from my childhood.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately, so was Perfect Dark. And I played it.
Dude, I remember
much older,
that. I remember because you got the rare collection on the Xbox, right?
I did.
Just for Perfect Dark.
Yeah. I was so pumped. And it
was so bad.
I don't want to speak ill of it.
Dude, it was a bad game. We could not get far in that game. It was so clunky.
And maybe I was bad.
No. Maybe it's a controller thing. Maybe you need an N64 controller for it.
Oh, I never even considered.
That could be it.
But it was bad.
But it was really hard to control, as I recall.
Yeah.
Just not fun. But Phoenix Wright,
dude, Phoenix Wright
was everything I thought it would be and more. It was way more than what I thought it would be.
It was so great. It was so hilarious. It was over the top, and it was just dramatic as hell. But honestly, like, it was a good puzzle game.
It was a logical puzzle game too.
Yeah.
I felt like a lot of times it made sense. There were a few things I remember that we had issues with in it, where it was like, well, but this part of the puzzle doesn't make sense.
Yeah,
to me.
we're a little maybe too smart.
I thought it made some. We had said though, in its universe, it makes sense, right?
True.
Whereas Professor Layton is logic puzzles, real life logic puzzles, right? That I'm just too dumb to figure out. It's like
absolutely.
These ones were for this. This is more layman's puzzle game. I felt like, which is perfect for me.
Yeah, laid back.
Honestly,
back.
Yeah,
super chill. Not really punishing.
Fun boob mechanics.
Honestly,
yeah,
it was great.
Mm-hmm.
Classic game.
Number
Very
one.
Fun. Number one. Dawn of Sorrow.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Absolutely. 100%. Yeah. I dare I say more, like, because that was my first real.
Mine too.
And like jump into a Castlevania game.
I guess not my first jump, but my first like full playthrough, really getting into it. What an addiction!
Oh yeah, like that's like it was instant, dude. Just like, hooked, and I was just, what the fuck, man? I am so into this.
Yeah, it's such a satisfying reward system of exploration, and
Oh, dude, yeah, just superbly well done.
I had also on the list that didn't make it into these Grand Theft Auto Chinatown Wars.
I also had Chinatown Wars.
Mega Man ZX.
Man, I had Mega Man ZX.
Yep.
Yeah.
But yours is from all the time that we've been doing it, so let's hear yours.
Oh, yeah. So I just had Dementium 1 and 2 down.
Yeah.
And honestly, Dementium 1 was my preference.
Even though I played through Dementium 1 more, I think Dementium 2 was my preference.
Interesting.
I felt like it just did everything better that Dementium 1 did.
Did we talk about playing the PC port? Did you?
I haven't. I maybe I played a moment of it, but I mean, it was just after we got done playing Dementium 2, so I was like a little dementied out.
That's fair.
Demented,
Dude, it's if you play on a low difficulty, man, dude, I feel like
just
a speedrunner.
Yeah.
Which is like,
well, especially because it's Dementium 1 or 2 that's on that you gifted. That was on PC.
2.
Because Dementium 1 remake is on the Switch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That sounds right.
Yeah.
Which is a bummer because I do want to play that one.
But it is nice having a space bar. Yeah, so I did play it a little bit. And I was like, yeah, this is just... It's nice.
It's not bad. There was... it was still pretty spooky, but it was just, it felt brighter, and I just felt way more aware. And like the fact that I can like 360,
look
like,
around so easily, not
like,
in this tiny little square.
Yeah, like I have PC control of my movement.
I'm at home.
Nothing is a threat to me.
Exactly. Yeah.
So that was dope. I still fucked up a few things, but like it's just a cool experience.
Yeah,
to do that.
Yeah, to go from playing it on the DS. It's so funny that it originates on the DS and then gets ported to the PC. You'd expect like an opposite kind of thing, right? Like
that's not usually how that flows.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did I have anything else? I had a couple others.
Yeah, you do.
I have such a long list, dude. Hotel Dusk.
Oh, I mean, yeah.
Yeah. Backyard baseball.
So that almost made my list too, because that is a 2024 one that we did, and yeah, that was a surprising amount of fun.
I just like the gameplay loop is fun, and I enjoyed it, and I would do more.
Yeah, I would too.
Yeah, I won't.
Talking about satisfying like progression of movement made me think of I've been playing some games, some non-DS games.
Hell yeah.
And one of them being a game called Wavetale. Have you ever heard of this game?
Wavetale.
Pull up Steam and see if it's on Steam. Because I'm playing the Switch port, or the Switch version. I don't know if there's more than the Switch version. You have to assume when you're playing a Switch game that it probably came out on something else first. Like almost every time.
Almost inevitably.
It is a adventure platformer. I think you would love this game. I think it is totally up your alley. You're this chick, and the world, it's like a post-apocalyptic kind of deal where the world has been flooded, basically. That's what I'm picking up on. And you get this shadow creature thing underwater that stands underneath you, so she makes it so that you can stand and glide on water like you're seeing.
Okay.
And so it's largely about movement, and you have double jumps you can do in the air. You can dive back into the water. It looks way better on PC just looking at this version right here. And it is a beautiful game. The soundtrack is phenomenal. I just read that review that it said something about nostalgia. I did catch a little feeling of like, man, this reminds me of Spyro almost. Like it doesn't remind me of Spyro. It reminds me of playing Spyro as a kid. Like just the want to explore and jump and move, and it totally encourages all kinds of exploration. And there's sections where it encourages you to go fast and use these grappling hook thing you've got, and it is really good. I'm only a couple hours into it. I got it on sale. It's been worth every penny.
Yeah, add that shit to wish list, baby.
I got a bunch of
cool.
I got a good amount of wedding money right near the end of the Christmas sale on Switch.
Oh hell
so
yeah!
So I picked up some games. Picked up some games not on sale that I've always been meaning to pick up. Picked up Minecraft.
Nice.
Minecraft survival on like normal mode is really hard because you have no time to build a shelter.
It's instant, bro.
Before the zombies and shit come out, and sometimes they just come out during the day.
Just gotta build a fucking
tiniest little
dirt hidey hole.
Just make a dirt hole. They can't get into dirt. Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Shit, I don't think so.
Okay, I didn't know.
What kind of zombies are you fighting?
I don't know.
That's fair.
I've been trying to like chop all the trees down and build a little house with a cover, and like I can never get it done in time, and then I get killed, and then it's just like then you spawn and you have nothing, and you're like just continually getting killed by the zombies at night until the daytime comes, and hopefully they all go away.
You could literally, as long as you weren't to like piss off a golem, I think probably realistically, you could just like take dirt, like last ditch effort, and just
go up.
No, just literally build in the squares around you, and then like put one right over your head.
Oh.
And just be like, just coughin' yourself standing there, and you would be fine.
I'll keep that in mind.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll have a little coffin house next to my actual house I'm building.
Hey, yeah, just tear it down as soon as you're done. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. See the night away. You could dig down and do like an underground thing and just put like dirt back over.
Yeah.
Anything like that.
See, and Edmund can remove dirt.
Oh, that's what they call me.
Enderman. Oh.
Oh yeah.
Oh, not Enderman.
Oh yeah, but just hit it with the torches. That's right.
Yeah, but like also you have to be able to get coal first.
You can just burn wood.
You can't light wood without coal, can you?
What?
Can you light wood without coal?
No, you make a furnace and then you burn wood into charcoal, I'm pretty sure. And then I think you can make torches with it.
Oh.
Or maybe you do need coal.
See, and I've been digging for coal. Trying to find coal.
Coal is
definitely. But then it gets so dark. And
yeah.
You're like, I need the light source.
We're apparently not getting any of this correct.
Yeah. Oh. Yeah. Maybe someday I will. It seems like I'm going to switch over to the casual, enjoyable mode and just do it that way.
Yeah.
For now.
Yeah. No reason not to,
yeah.
honestly. Just take your time. Enjoy the game.
Yep. That's what I'm going to do.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And
Minecraft is a pretty okay game.
I also got Super Smash Bros.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah.
The newer one?
Yes, the newest one. Yes.
Which is still quite old, but
yes, yeah,
the newest one.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
What's that?
Man, all those character packs are expensive. Like, not that expensive, but you're just like, why can't I just unlock these?
Wait, you can't just unlock them?
Can you?
Huh?
Because there's like 2 packs that you can buy on the Switch store for characters.
Like
so I thought they were like extensions. Oh, is that how it works? Can you also unlock them?
I don't know.
I hope so, because otherwise it's just like really just that's a gross thing.
I need to look into that, dude. I had not heard. I do not like the sound of it.
Yeah, I don't either. I hope I'm wrong. I hope you're right. I hope it's that you can unlock it or you can pay to unlock it. I will just unlock it whatever way, because that's part of the fun, and that is something I totally forgot. I forgot how much time you can sink into a Melee game, or not Melee, a Smash Bros. Game.
Right.
As I did with Melee. I think I 100%ed Melee.
That's
I had
fair.
every single thing unlocked.
Did I play? Yeah. Dude, honestly, I've loved all of the Smash Bros. Games.
I really fell off after Melee, because the one after Melee that was on the Wii, I remember people didn't even like that much. I remember people were playing Melee throughout that time.
I played the fuck
Is that
out of
Brawl?
That one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Brawl.
Yes.
I played the shit out of that one, dude. I had that one on like a little box TV, just tucked away under a pile of laundry.
Oh, because you had to have it hidden?
Yeah, just at the bottom of my closet, just tucked under it. And then, like, dude, I would just, like, open the closet door, which was against, like, my bedroom door, and I would just, like, lay there prone and tuck laundry under me and just fucking...
I could imagine the Wii one being, like, a lot of people's favorites, not for the reason that you do, because I imagine you weren't playing online, right?
Oh, fuck, yeah, no.
So, could you play online?
Man, I'm sure there was a time.
Because I bet that you could. And if you could, because that would have been, like... This is the best one, and I would have loved playing it online, and I've yet to get this one to go online yet, because I know how some people are. Is it all ranked? Because if it's ranked, then I know I don't have to fucking deal with the really good
I don't
Smash
think
guys.
I've ever like actually just done
like a random online match.
No.
I think that seems like some of the fun of it. I'm just trying to get the like moves all figured out again, because Smash Bros is the most uncomfortable. It's because X and Y are you jump, and I think GameCube was the best for it. I think the GameCube controller was almost built for Smash Bros, because the way that your A button sits underneath your jump buttons, and you've got your B, your strong attack. But really, when you're playing pretty well on Smash, you're using a charge attack on your A. You're not using your B attacks that much.
Yeah,
so it made sense for the A button to be the big center one. And I think when you're trying to play Smash not on the GameCube controller, it is more difficult just because of the button orientation.
I don't disagree, man. It's such a weird remap.
You can remap it now.
Yeah. Oh.
But I almost don't want to.
I don't.
It feels like, as much as I think it's arbitrary, I think it's also
it's important
tradition.
and also tradition.
Yeah, there's some things you don't fuck with, right?
Literally anyone else. If you remap the buttons, you're a piece of shit.
Yeah, you're a coward. You are a coward.
A true coward.
If you stop it. Don't do it. Just play like everyone else is supposed to play.
Just play the fucking game.
Play the game.
Yeah, go in raw.
Also, I got the Portal.
Nice.
On Switch. Portal Companion Cube deal. Companion bundle, whatever they called it.
Oh, Portal and Portal 2?
Yeah.
Classic, dude.
Yeah. I've been playing through Portal, and I just love that game.
Dude, I probably go back and play through it at least once every 2 or 3 years.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just so fun, so satisfying. It's so hard to play it on a console. I am not a console person, but it does have the gyro.
Ooh, honestly,
which
dude,
once
a lot. You get used to that, it's actually you can be super precise.
Yes.
Which I really like.
You just gotta get it dialed in. Yeah.
Yeah, it makes it a lot more approachable. In my opinion.
I used to kick ass in Overwatch on the Switch because of that.
Bro, I was poopying on people on the Switch in Overwatch.
I was a god on the Switch. Fair. I loved it so much. And then they fucking upgraded it to Overwatch 2 on the Switch, and the Switch cannot hang, dude.
It's not great, no.
So it's a real shame.
Yeah, I played a couple of matches, I think, and it did okay, but I was like, dude.
But there's some crazy frame drop. Like,
yeah,
I was experiencing probably 5 frames a second at a couple points.
That's terrible.
Maybe they fixed it.
Maybe.
But it also takes up a lot of fucking space.
Oh, yeah, it's a huge fucking game.
Yeah, so you're like, I don't care to keep this piece of shit on. Kind of like Apex. Apex Legends, it just wasn't worth having it on there for how poorly it ran.
I'd rather play both of them.
And I don't think the OLED version is like a better, like, maybe I'm wrong, maybe it's beefed up a little bit, but I think it's all the same processor and all that shit, you know.
Maybe.
Well, so that's what I've been playing lately.
That's some
outside
good shit.
of the DS, and yeah, it's been nice. It's been fun playing some.
I've been ripping through the Half-Life games
Because of the 25th anniversary, got it on your mind, huh?
Yeah, dude.
I was playing through Half-Life 2, and
yeah, you talked about that, and I was like, damn. So I'm almost done with Half-Life.
Are you gonna do a blue shift and opposing force, or are you just gonna go? Yeah.
Excuse me. I'm actually so the Black Mesa project, right?
Yes.
They have a workshop mod where somebody is doing blue shift.
I think I had seen that.
So I'm gonna do that.
See how far they are on it, and then switch back over to the, or just call it wherever it ends.
No, instead I'm gonna play those versions of it.
Yeah.
And I
Do they have opposing force too on Black Mesa?
I think so. I think the Black Mesa guys are doing an official.
I feel like when I played Black Mesa last, they hadn't done Zen yet.
Same. Which was honestly at this point kind of a while ago.
Yeah, it was.
It's now a super cohesive
I loved Black Mesa. I thought it was a great.
It's fantastic.
Remake. Yeah,
it is so clean. It is so consistent. Like, well, yeah, it's honestly like very well done in my opinion.
It is. I wouldn't say it's better than Half-Life 1, but it is. It is as good of a remake, I think, as you can get.
I don't disagree. Honestly,
yeah, there's some.
I think I would genuinely prefer to probably play the Black Mesa, but I don't think I'd ever stop playing the original.
Yeah.
Man, I don't know, because sometimes I just get like super nostalgic. Like, I want the OG shit.
Yeah.
Let me get them feels, cuh.
But there is something so refreshing about playing through Black Mesa, because I have played through Half-Life so many times that there are times where you get to one part and you're just like, oh yeah, this part, you know, and you just don't really want to do it. With Black Mesa, it was just a fresh enough of, oh, I want to see how they did this. How does it look? What, you know,
Jesus.
The ninja. Oh, I wanted to see what the ninja character was
honestly,
like.
I fucked down the ninjas, dude. Honestly. I just 357. Ding,
boom,
ding.
boom, boom.
Dude, you get an achievement for it
Yeah.
and that shit. I was like, oh, dude, of course. What else?
What else? Yeah, you just get it, don't you? Like right before that. Yeah.
Yeah, literally right before. And
Yeah.
it's like, here's the
and here's some ammo.
Ninjas. And you're like, yeah, I'm piecing these guys out.
You just gotta time it just right, because they are fast.
Dude, they still fuck down. Honestly, they're still like, if they are coming at you from behind and you're not paying attention, they will hurt you.
They will.
They will fucking
so
hurt
bad.
you quick.
Don't you have to lose that round though? Like, 'cause isn't that where they end up carrying you away and they throw you in the garbage disposal?
It is very nearly after. I think it's after you clear them all out. Honestly.
Yeah.
Then you go into this. It's just like, oh, there's
and
nowhere to go.
Jumped.
And you go and you just go.
Yeah.
Fucking stupid. In the
They do the
trash
same thing
compactor.
in Half-Life 2.
Yeah, dude. You always
Kind
lose
of.
your shit, dude.
Yeah.
It's a classic.
It is.
Can't deviate apparently.
It's fun though. It's something I like.
The thing that I hate the most are the hidden snipers. The ones that you have to use explosives.
You have to use the
on.
explosives, yeah.
I fucking hate those. It's just.
I don't remember if it's in Half-Life 2 or Half-Life 1, but a fun little fact about it is all of those character models are women snipers.
Interesting.
And I don't remember the reasoning behind it. It has something to do with like size or something like that. Like, you know,
That
like
would make a lot of sense.
yeah.
Because a lot of the spaces they're in doesn't make sense.
Yeah, I know.
This little tower, and I'm like,
I think there's just a gun up there, but then you do see a body, and you
yeah, because it always fucking gibs everywhere.
Yep.
Love that shit. That is satisfying though.
Yeah. Anything besides Half-Life that you're playing then?
I'm playing a lot of Sunhaven right now.
Sunhaven. I saw it just pop up, I think.
Probably, honestly.
I had seen it on the Steam store. Steam.
Yeah.
Yeah, I said that right. Yeah.
Yeah, Steam store.
It just
That
feels
does
weird,
feel
doesn't
weird
it?
to
Yeah.
say. Jesus Christ, yeah. Jesus. Yeah, it's a cozy.
Is it single player or is it multiplayer?
It's multi.
Is it MMO?
Not so much. You can have you basically have a farm or a location, and that is your spot, and then you can invite up to like so many people, and then they can play in there, and it's basically host's progress
It's like
saved.
a farm sim then.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's-
Okay.
yeah.
I got the wrong look.
JRPG more.
I was gonna say it looked like the free MMORPGs of Days of Old, like of I would say circa 2005 to
Sure.
8. You know, there was like Sea of Pirates or whatever, something about pirates. There was a handful of them. It's like in the days of Guns. Do you remember Guns? I don't know if you would have ever seen that due to your sheltered life.
That's not the
It's like the Korean game where
the one with the
you have like
craziest-
knives and
and like ammo, and it's just like the craziest input shit.
yeah, and people are like flying around the walls and
Yeah,
stuff.
okay, yeah.
K-style is what that's called. Yeah.
Are you naming like games? Right now? Or are you just
Time
speaking
frame,
of an
an
era?
era,
Okay,
yeah,
I'm with
an
it, I'm
era,
with it.
an
Okay.
era of free gaming. Yeah,
Yeah, it's honestly solid.
it looks like the art
It
style
is.
reminds me a lot of
Oh.
those old the
It's got
MMO
that very
RPG.
cluttered MMO like art style and presentation
Yeah.
for sure. It is a lot to take in when you're first going. Like, what is fucking going on, dude? It's Stardew Valley turned up to like 11.
Okay,
It's just like, hey,
hey,
we know you like relationships. Here's 32 NPCs that you can be in a relationship with. And there's just so many people, dude. And
and we're all poly.
yeah, it's pretty great. There's a snake guy that I just met who's pretty chill.
Yeah, you gotta hook up with the snake guy.
I might hook up with a snake guy, dude.
Hell
It's
yeah.
like Aladdin with 2 extra arms
It's like what?
and a snake tail body.
It's like Aladdin with 2 extra arms and a snake tail body.
Yeah,
Hell yeah.
it's pretty.
Yeah.
He's Oriental.
Sweet.
It's pretty tight. Yeah, this is a pretty tight game. Yeah. We also watched a movie.
We did watch a movie.
We did watch a good ass movie.
Like I said, what time are we at right now? Okay, so
we're a quarter over.
so The Outsiders.
The Outsiders.
Did you ever read the book? I know we kind of talked
I
about
didn't.
this. I read it, and we had to read it in 6th grade.
Yeah.
I don't think I read all of it, or like I was an
Interesting.
ADD kid, so you just like kind of like, oh, I didn't read this part, but we're supposed to be up at this part, so you just kind of like skip ahead to where
Right.
you're supposed to be,
Yeah.
right?
And it's like, probably don't need to know.
Yeah,
that.
sure, whatever.
We'll talk about it.
I remember. So, how'd you feel about this movie?
I liked it from a nostalgia factor.
Had you seen it before?
So for sure.
It seemed like a
But
movie
it was
that like
distant.
it seemed like a movie that you and your brothers would have really like clung to. Had you been like,
I can't speak to the age that I saw it previously, and I don't recall.
like if you guys were growing up and you saw this, you would have been like, yeah,
We might
like,
have
we're-
thought this
like you
was
would have
dope
been
as
like,
fuck,
we're
yeah.
greasers, like we want to be the greasers for sure, and like.
honestly,
I could see you really embodying. In fact, there was a time in your life where you kind of did slightly seem to embody.
I just
greaser.
wore a pompadour and a leather jacket. It wasn't that serious. And
You weren't
honestly,
working
I
on
looked good
cars.
as shit. So
You did, yeah, it did. It did. It very much suited you.
yeah, those were the serious chops,
Those
not the gentlemanly wedding chops I
No,
presented
yeah,
you.
those were. I'm not presentable. I wear a leather jacket. Kind of.
I'm like I'm wearing a suit chops.
If you ever seen Alaskan Bush People, there's the one brother that has the chops and definitely wears leather jackets, and it was very he reminded me of you quite a bit when we were watching that show.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I think I know what you're talking about. I appreciate that.
Yeah, the inventor guy.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
I love that.
So,
Yeah, so I liked the nostalgia factor. I like old movies. I like the aesthetic.
and it's an 80s movie doing the 60s aesthetic, which it does so ghostly. You know, the whole
It's haunting.
it's a
man.
haunting film.
yeah,
the
it's-
soundtrack was awesome.
it's
I was
very
so
raw.
blown away.
But it's goofy in
It
its
is-
presentation.
it's
like
very-
it's very over the top, and like I don't know
Like-
if that's fully intentional.
The amount of crying that these kids do for the fact that they're supposed to also be like
Well, like I think
gangs.
that's the conflict. There's such a competing machismo. Like there's just like that these boys seem to be butting against, and it's overpowering, and they have these constant outbursts of
insane outbursts,
like wild, like projections of just emotion. They're just like, I can't handle.
So when Ponyboy gets pushed by Patrick Swayze, and he just bolts out the door, and he runs and wakes Johnny up, and they're just, and he just runs with them. It was such an overreaction, right? And I imagine in the book he's like rougher with him a bit. There's certain things that you could, as you're watching this, knowing it's based on a book, you go, okay, this is early 80s, right? Mm-hmm. And we're doing a 60s film, and I remember even the book being a little cheesy. So you were trying to stay true to the book, but also I think there were parts of the book that were probably a bit rougher. And they wouldn't really get in. They didn't really, when someone's getting roughed up, they're never really getting roughed up. Yeah. So if you've never seen this movie, you've never heard the plot. I'd never even seen this movie, and I knew the fucking plot. Yeah. One of the kids, Johnny Boy, kills a guy when they're being attacked, and so
drowning Ponyboy in the fucking
pool or the fountain, and
Johnny fucking.
But it all just goes red. It just goes red.
Yeah.
And then cuts back to them coming to, and someone's dead.
Honestly, dude.
And it was brutal.
It was brutal. It was shocking.
They did it really well, I thought.
Yeah, it's just this kid just dead, lying in a pool of blood, and Johnny shaking, holding a bloody knife.
Well, it's so funny though. He's like, I killed a kid, but he's a kid. And he killed a kid that was way older than him.
Yeah.
That was beating the fuck out of his buddy. Like, I understand. The
was definitely of the time. But there were times when it was used.
Like, is this character supposed to be older or something? Like, and I don't think that's the movie. I think that's in the book. I think that's a book thing.
I observed it as like a portrayal of all of these boys at various like ages and levels of maturity and at different stages of life are all fighting this same battle of being rushed to be an adult.
Yeah.
And they're all overwhelmed by the expectations and the requirements of such. And you've got Ponyboy and Johnny, that because Johnny's what, a year older than Pony?
Yeah.
Right? 13 and 12?
Yeah.
Or 13
no,
14?
15 and 14.
Well, yeah, that one. But then, like, they're trying to be as old as the next older brothers, right? Mm-hmm. And so they're trying to be tough and yeah, I'm scared, but I'm still going in it. And it's just, but it's always extreme and over the top. And I kind of dig it, dude.
I did too. I
kind of dig this, like,
I didn't think I was going to like this movie.
Required severity of the situation.
It's a very play.
I 100% agree.
Feel
it felt very dramatic.
It felt like these actors all came from Broadway or like from doing plays and things like that. And I didn't check, but I think this is like Matt Dillon's first big role. He is Dallas,
right?
Who is at first when you see him, you're like, man, if I was a kid and seeing this, I would want to be Dallas so bad. But then as Dallas unfolds, you're like, fuck Dallas. Dallas is the worst.
Dally fucking sucks. And dude, there are times where you feel bad for Dally.
You do.
He is just
and you can see it, but he has been
of, like,
institutionalization, and not just from the prison or the jail, but from this. He's institutionalized by the gang lifestyle, which is funny because of the gangs are these greasy, poor kids. Where is this movie based? Where is this supposed to? Is it in New York or something? It just doesn't make, because they say something about being in the city, but so
it's the socias and
but the socias are just the rich kids.
Yeah,
it's not like there's like two rival gangs, but they act like they're rival gangs, but in any reality, the rich kids would not be roughing up with the greasers.
Why
would
they give
Why
a
would you?
fuck,
Why
dude?
They wouldn't
right?
look at them. Yeah. And then, so there's the whole, when they go out, and it's a whole fun section of the movie when Johnny Boy and Pony Boy.
Right.
Not Johnny Boy, just Johnny.
I feel you.
They both go up to the church and they're hiding out, and there's that beautiful scene with the sunrise, and it's a cool.
There are great scenes.
There's great scenes.
In the church, yeah.
When they come back in to town, to the city,
It's immediately garish and uncomfortable, dude.
There's so many weird jumps of like, where are we at in the story all of a sudden? You know.
Oh yeah, it just cuts from like they're in the church, boom, they're driving.
Yeah.
And then they're like, boom, they're pulling.
Boom, they're pulling people out.
Fuck.
They're in the hospital and like but then all of a sudden they're back in the living room, and now there's a talk about the brawl going on, and it's just skins only, no weapon. Like, what a cheesy.
I know.
It is the cheesiest.
It feels like a cop out.
Which I guess is where we get our Nicolas Cage scene.
Wait, what?
This is the only time Nicolas Cage shows up.
I didn't see him.
I didn't see him either.
Okay.
But he's in there when they're panning through all of the greasers before the brawl. They pan through all the greasers.
Yeah.
And so he's one of two guys. I couldn't figure out which one he was, but he's one of two guys in there.
All right.
Did you notice the theme with this film, with the last one and the one before it? You would have caught it in the opening credits.
Oh, is it the director?
Coppola.
Yeah.
And then the score is by a Coppola.
Yeah, dude. This is a movie that his family made.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then
100%.
he got to be in it too.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Like, yeah, you can be in the background.
Yeah, I didn't catch him in it at all.
No, I didn't either.
Yeah, but so I went into this movie thinking like it was gonna be a bore. I didn't want to watch it, and I was enthralled. I was unironically totally enthralled by this film.
I was too. So like coming into it again, I too had the flash of the
Warriors.
The Warriors. Thank you. Jesus Christ. And then I was like, no, that's definitely not it. But then I'm like, I don't remember what this is. And then I'm thinking like West Side Story.
Kind of.
And then,
very kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like a rougher West Side Story.
I agree. But then like, it's very over the top and sometimes uncomfortable and weird and just strange to
The
watch.
brothers in the fucking bed. The brothers sharing the bed, and when they're talking to each other, and he's like spooning him and like has his hand on his shoulder, doesn't he wrap his arm around him or something?
Yeah, dude,
they like cuddle up.
Yeah,
it's fucking weird. There are some unsettling scenes.
It's a very consistent theme of exaggeration,
tight brotherhood.
I mean, and it just drives in these points, and I don't want to get too analytical or too poetic on anything. I'm not trying to have a fucking lit course right now. But like, I feel like the juxtaposition and ridiculousness of these two people having such severe conflict that somebody ends up dead is so ridiculous. And as an outside watching in, it's like, that feels extreme. And then in the moment of retribution, it's just like, we're just going to pummel each other a little bit.
Yeah, you're not going to bring a knife to that, and you're not going to kill one of the greasers to get your revenge.
Anything.
But they're not gangsters. They're not in a gang.
To feel satisfied.
But it would have made more sense, right?
Yeah, and I like to think there's this underhanded played sense of
these
kill
kids.
It here for the sake of the future, and then Ponyboy is like, oh, I've got a chance in the future, I'm gonna get educated and shit, fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Like, all right.
And that Brad guy and him have that whole conversation about like, there is no winning this, there is no changing, there's like, and so they both, there is that understanding of like, and there's that, like, when he has that comment of, no, I wasn't talking to a sock, I was talking to a I was talking to a guy that wanted to talk to me. We're gonna make
this West Side Story. But the cats have discovered the door. But we're gonna tell in 15 minutes.
It took two. It's a 2-hour long movie. What do you mean? That movie was long. There was some point where you're like, Jesus Christ, can this movie? How is this movie not over?
I watched it over like 3 or 4 days.
I watched it this afternoon.
Hell yeah, hell yeah, dude. Solid. Okay, yeah. So fresh. Yeah, I did enjoy it.
Yeah, I did too. I really did. Like, seriously, the soundtrack, the score is phenomenal. It is really good.
Yeah.
Tom Waits is in it.
Yeah.
I was so stoked to see that.
I bet you. I did. As soon as I saw that, I was like, "Oh man,
Tom Waits is in this." All right, I want to
that.
keep an eye out for Tom Waits. It has like 2 lines in it. Yeah.
But it's like,
yeah, it's cool.
It's cool.
Plays a bartender.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good shit.
Yeah, could not spot Nicolas Cage though. I tried to YouTube Nicolas Cage in this film, and all it brought up was the Rumble scene. So it's somewhere
it's
in the
just
Rumble.
somewhere in there,
He's one of
dude.
those greasers in the Rumble.
Yeah, you have to find some obscure Reddit.
Tom
post.
Cruise,
Yeah, Tom Cruise.
just the most bit piece.
Yeah,
He's not. 2-Bit is a hilarious character.
2-Bit is great.
God,
He's also a fuck.
Yeah, my
Like,
favorite character though. I think because he's like the most like realistic character. That lovable fuck.
Yeah,
is exactly.
and
who
like
he
he's
is.
like, I've got these good intentions, but like I could be a fuck.
Yep.
I could be a little bit of fuck.
I'm a little bit of
I'm
fuck.
here. I'm here for it.
You can tell he is inherently a fuck. He's one of those people that is born into thievery, right? He can't help himself but steal a fucking Mickey Mouse plushie from the fucking store.
He's gotta take some
every time.
He's a degenerate, but he's a good dude.
He's very lovable. He's got a good heart. He's
Yeah.
just born into this kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a surprisingly good film.
Yeah.
I would recommend if you haven't seen it to watch it.
Yeah, the boys are crybabies.
They are, but
again, it's just I think
it's also
it's artistically dramatic to just really point out the obscurity of like why are we doing this?
Why are we doing it? Yeah, because it really is.
I don't want to say
insanity.
like oh it was an intentional thing, but like I don't know, man. Just like seeing it from that perspective, I was like, this is kind of good.
It is, yeah.
Yeah,
I agree with you.
Very stagey.
Also,
stage presence-y.
I did enjoy that they made the guys very emotional because especially in that day and age, like
unheard of.
Yeah,
You're
especially to be like
crying.
tough guys that also are like in touch kind of with their emotions
Very
or
fresh
trying to
for the
deal with
time.
them. Yeah. What it was funny though, because one of my views was like the reason why this movie is so cheesy and PG,
right,
is because of the time that it came out. Warriors came out 10 years prior.
Fuck, dude.
And it is way more gruesome game fight shit. So that's not the reason. I don't know why. It's in the book too, I think. I remember feeling that. It's so long ago. I'm going back so fucking far to try to recall reading it. But I do. It is there. And I do remember it being a bit cheesy to be able to get into as a kid.
That's
I mean,
fair.
like, if
I
I
feel
would have
as a
read
kid, I
this
would've, like,
younger
I
than
want-
6th grade, I would have enjoyed it. But,
Sure.
like, 6th grade even was a little bit too old for it.
That's fair, yeah.
Yeah.
It felt like very, like, don't get me wrong, like, there's surprisingly bitter consequence.
Yeah.
Like, 3 people die, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, Dally fucking commits suicide by cop.
Yeah.
And it is massively unnecessary. It is just...
The last shot when he's on the ground.
It's so fucking... I genuinely, like, was mad at this scene. I was like, this does not need to happen this
No,
way
it
at
does
all.
not.
He's just like, I'm so upset that Johnny died. I'm just gonna like flash an empty gun around. Yeah. He just points it at a doctor and points it at it. He just robs a convenience guy.
Yeah.
And fucking shoots at him and pings him. And then he's like, oh, I'm running away down the middle of the fucking road. That was upsetting.
Yeah,
upsetting him massively.
But it became very obvious his intentions were not.
Yeah.
His intentions were to get killed.
No, of course, and it's just
because he felt that it was his fault that the kids were involved in this. It was his fault. Yeah. All of it really came down to Dally's fault. Johnny dying in his eyes is Dally's fault because Dally sent them up there. Yeah. And all that fire would have started. So Dally is like can't handle it.
Dally was obviously fractured already.
Yeah, like he'd just gotten out of they expressed very quickly that he got out of jail. I don't think they're talking about jail. I think they're talking about prison because the way that he talks about jail is just the funniest. I
think he's scared.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Like, well, I feel obviously he's scared, and he's just like barely holding shit together.
Oh yeah, through the whole
man, it's such a. So I looked at a lot of Rotten Tomatoes reviews, and people don't like this movie.
Oh, really?
Dude. Or at least the stuff that I'm reading, I was like, this is... I mean, don't get me wrong. There are good things anywhere. This was a predominant field of shit. Like, people were like... They're like, this is like campy as fuck. It's over the top. And I'm like, yeah, I just felt
but
like
it's
that was
good. Part of it. Yeah,
like, I was like, that was part
it's part of the thing that I enjoy about it. Yeah.
Like, I didn't enjoy necessarily
Would you say that The
experience,
Sandlot is campy? Because this is like a more like dirty version of The Sandlot. Like it's like it has some very same feeling. The reason that it's campy is because it's based in the 60s.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
That seems like intentional a little bit to me.
It felt very, I don't know. I feel like movies of the time were kind of like that. Like, there wasn't still yet a huge divide between acting in terms of what you do on a stage and what you do for a movie, right? And like,
I'm sure we could pull up some film from
100%. There are different vibes, but I'm saying like the idea of having something that is more akin to what you would see performed on a stage, in a play production, being heavily influential on a piece, like that's super not uncommon of that time, right? Like you had a lot of pieces that were, I mean, it gives off like a musical vibe without the music.
Yeah, it
right?
absolutely does. 100%. Yes, 100%. Yeah.
And it's, I think if it were to have been a musical, it wouldn't and like, don't get me wrong, if it's a bad musical, fuck off. But if the music's good, like, which one would think it should be,
I
don't think it would.
The way that they use the music in the film, like, there's a part where Patrick Swayze does a handstand on a post and flips out of it. Dude, it's when they're running to the rumble and they're running out of the house, and he does that, and it's as a rock song. You know, it's like the like 60s
very
rock.
Performative.
It all feels so intertwined that it does feel musical.
I legitimately felt like I was watching a Rodgers and Hammerstein like film.
I don't know what that means.
A Sound of Music,
Oklahoma. Yes. Yeah. Well, yeah, and I think obviously with I think S.E. Hinton, the writer of the book, was obviously heavily inspired by Gone with the Wind.
Sure.
Right?
Which because it's honestly don't know dick about. It's one of the classics I've never read.
I'm with you. Yeah.
I'm kind of upset because
it's obviously about a lot.
Because sounds like,
you know, because of the few segments you get out of the book are like two vastly different things happening.
Yeah, I know nothing about it.
Me neither. So, what's our next film on the list?
Oh fuck. That's a great question, my friend. Let's see here. Oh, well, I think I closed the wrong tab earlier.
Well, just look up Nicolas Cage.
You make things so complicated.
Did you pick the wrong one?
Yep.
Yeah, I'd say it's that second one.
Fucking Christ, dude. He's got so much shit.
Good.
Oh shit, Valley Girl.
Valley Girl. When did this one come out?
This one was 83?
83.
Yeah, dude.
I don't think I've ever seen Valley Girl.
I have not either.
A punk from the city. Who plays Randy? Let's see, where's Nicolas Cage in the stars Nicolas Cage. Does that mean he's our lead role?
Oh shit, is this our first lead? Our first lead. Oh
yes,
my god.
It is. Our first Nicolas Cage lead role.
Oh shit, dude. I'm actually
Valley
fucking
Girl.
pumped.
He's playing
dude.
a punk.
Oh, dude, it's such a bad. Look at that hair, bro.
So he went from playing. In the first one, he's the jock friend that doesn't want to go to the military, and then in the second movie, he was like
just a guy,
worker guy. Yeah, and he worked in the. No, he wasn't even in the football. He was in the stands of the game.
Oh, really?
He.
I thought he was one of the football buddies or something.
No, he's one of the worker friends. He works at one of the burger places, and then he was just a greaser, and so now he's gonna be a punk.
He's really typecasted at this point.
Yeah, he's really starting to be a bad guy. You know, a rough and tough guy. He is
kind of a bad guy, dude. Honestly, he's tough, man.
he's tough.
He's got big guns, and he's not afraid to come after you. Anyway, I'm actually excited for this one. I'm excited for all of them, honestly.
I'm curious about this one. 6.4 out of 10 on IMDb.
Honestly, that's okay.
Yeah, probably better ranking than outsiders from the sounds of it, and we like that.
True.
I think we're in for a good time. I'm so excited for Nicolas Cage to be the lead role.
I know, dude.
We're actually gonna see
like,
him.
don't get me wrong, loved all these other movies, but I'm like,
all right,
here's
what we're here for.
Yeah, a Nicolas Cage movie.
All right, and now we need to pick a game.
Oh shit. Yeah, we do.
I do think we're gonna try to stick with the month format right now. Just
all right.
to give us some actual time to play a game.
I don't know shit about that.
I don't either. Give me another one.
Yeah.
What I was thinking was a puzzle game, like Medios.
Medios?
You got this, Ed.
That's annoying. No.
What's it say?
Imagine babies.
No, I'd rather not.
Probably not. Crosswords?
Mm-hmm.
This is brutal.
This is what we get for having such a good year.
Yeah. The Blob 2. Orcs and Elves.
Orcs and Elves. Let's play Orcs and Elves. Whatever Orcs and Elves is. Look up Orcs and Elves real quick.
You know what Orcs and Elves is.
Is it the first person dungeon crawler deal?
No, I don't think so. I think it's some kind of tactical RPG of sorts.
Yep, it is the first person.
It is the first person.
Let's do it.
Fuck yeah, I'm so into it.
All right, Orcs and Elves and Valley Girl.
What a combo. Orcs and Elves and Valley Girls.
Yeah, it is a good combo.
I'm here for it.
Because, it is like an elf and an orc in Valley Girl. Because it's a Valley Girl and a punk.
Valley Girl and a punk, orc and an elf.
Yeah.
Honestly, yeah. You've got your grace and you've got your stupid.
Hell yeah.
Let's go.
See you in a month.